Hola muchachos! Welcome to part 3 of 4 in the Beginner's Gym Guide series. Today we're taking a look at mobility and flexibility training. Going off of part 2 in this series, in which we took a look at functional training, mobility training keeps us loose and allows us to pursue our work as part-time ninjas. I don't know about you, but I want it all. To be fast, strong, and flexible. No compromises here. Deliberate mobility work fills in all of the missing pieces that maybe your strength and/or cardio routine may leave you with. So first, let's define what mobility and flexibility are. Roughly speaking, they are active and passive ways of training, respectively. So for flexibility, we can use the example of a splits. When you slide down into your splits, you are stretching both the front leg's hamstring and the back leg's psoas, or front of the hip. And because you're assisted by gravity here, it's pretty passive. So to the extent to which you can hang out in your splits, you're not really actively recruiting any muscles. You're just letting gravity take over to ease you in or to stretch deeper in your splits. Now, mobility training is a little bit different because you are actively stretching the muscle. So you can think of this as if you were to go into a handstand and do a splits there, your split range would be very much dependent on your active range of flexibility. So you can only split in your handstand as far as your muscles will go while being under tension, while you are actively recruiting them. Or maybe a better example is when you are standing, as far as you can lift your leg up is your active range of flexibility or your mobility. So it's as far as you can go into a stretch or the range of motion that you have without any external assistance. So why might you want to include this kind of training into your workout program? Here are a few of my favorite benefits. First is that you are increasing your balance and proprioception, or knowledge of where your body is moving in space. You're also helping to increase your range of motion through movement, your core stability, increasing the health and longevity of your joints, and potentially decreasing your risk of injury, as you both have a better sense of where your body is moving and you are increasing your range of motion, which means that you are more likely to sustain or better control when under load if you choose to resistance train. And it's also all body weight training, which means that it can be done anywhere and adapted to any fitness level. Think of this kind of training as eating your spinach as part of your fitness routine. It's not the sexiest stuff, but it builds a strong base. I mean, just look at Popeye. He had huge guns and he got the girl. I'm sure he also did his mobility training. Now, I know there are a few of y'all in the back thinking, this is boring, it's slow. I wanna go hard in my workouts. I wanna lift heavy weights, I wanna run, I wanna do all that fast-paced cool stuff. Or there's a camp thinking, but I'm not flexible. Like, I can't do this kind of stuff. I hear you and I understand, but you gotta do it for 3 reasons. Reason numero uno is that it's adaptable to whatever your current flexibility level is. So whether you're a gym rat or a super flexible yogi, you're going to be able to find some mobility drills that benefit you where you currently are. Reason number 2 is for all my skeptics in the back. This kind of training will enable you to push harder and longer in whatever movement you enjoy. And lastly, reason number 3 that you should incorporate this kind of training into your movement program is that the body works as a unit. So whatever you do outside of your workouts, how you eat, how you sleep, whether you practice mobility or not, will have an effect in how well you perform when it is game time. So how can you program mobility training into your current schedule? It's going to depend a lot on what your goals are and whether or not you're pursuing a skill that involves a specific range of motion, such as the kettlebell snatch or the swing or even the splits, but you could do it one of 2 ways. So first, you could do it as a supplement to your workouts, tacking it on to your already established workout routine for 5 to 10 minutes before or after your session. And the second way I see you could do this is on its own, once or twice a week with a full class. So you could do these either on your rest days as a form of active recovery, or maybe after your workout in the evening if you're really sore or just want to wind down from the day and ease into the evening. They're just fun moves that are designed to increase your range of motion, but most importantly, to get you feeling good in your body. And in keeping with the other 2 videos in this series, only because I love you all so much and I want the best for you and most importantly for your joints, I have included at the end of this video a full body mobility class so that you can sample it, kind of like dip your toe into this kind of training, see if it's for you. And this class is actually taken from my mobility program that I released last year, which I will link to in the description box below in case you want to check out more of this kind of training. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope that you are enjoying this series so far. Stay tuned for the final installment, which is going to be all about cardio. That'll be coming in the next few weeks. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to click here to check out more about mobility training. And don't forget to subscribe. Join our family. I upload new videos every single week, and you don't want to miss out on any of the future uploads because I got some pretty cool stuff coming down the line. So wishing you guys a beautiful rest of your day. Take care, and I will see you very soon. Ciao, ciao. Hello and welcome to class. This is a full body mobility flow, and we'll be using a combination of 4 drills to open up the major joints of the body, specifically the shoulders, the hips, the wrists, and the ankles. So you won't need any props for today's class, and when you're ready, meet me standing at the top of your mat. Okay, so we're going to start with our feet hips distance, working into a little bit of spinal flexion and extension. So just warming up a little bit into the spine. Bringing your hands interlaced behind your head, and with your inhale, pulling your chest up, pulling the elbows back and down to lift the chest. And then with your exhale, gently pulling the elbows towards one another, directing the chin towards the chest, keeping the legs locked out, just starting to roll everything forward. As far forward as you can go, as if you wanted to curl your elbows up your thighs, pulling your body into itself, like a roly-poly. Inhale to slowly unwind. Coming back up to the top, pulling the elbows down and away, lifting the chest, gentle squeeze of the bum. And exhale to roll. We're not trying to pull on the head here, just gently directing it down. Inhale to rise. If you're doing the sequence first thing in the morning, keep it going. If you're doing the sequence first thing in the morning, you may notice a slight pulling sensation on the back of your back, kind of from the back of your knees all the way up to your neck. So the body may be more stiff. That's normal. So just be aware that when you do this, the time of day that you do this will affect how intense it feels. It's just the fascia being stretched and pulled if you haven't been moving much that day. Good, last one, meeting at the top. Inhale, exhale. Good, inhale, rolling all the way back up. And then releasing the hands, bending into the knees now, folding all the way forward, folding as much forward as you need to bring the fingertips down onto the floor. Now your fingertips still may not touch, so it's no problem. You can actually take them to the hips if it's more comfortable. But if your fingertips are touching the floor, with your next inhale, reaching your right arm up towards the sky, keeping the right hand in line with the shoulder. So trying to open through the shoulder. And then option 1, staying here, we're going to take one more breath. Or option 2, if it feels okay, you can gently start to straighten into the left leg, getting a really nice stretch through the right IT band, all the way through the spine. Good, inhale, looking down, releasing the right hand down, and over to the left side. So left hand in line with the shoulder, maybe straightening into the left leg. Inhale down, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale. Once more each side, so if your hands are on your hips, it's going to look the exact same. Good. Taking a forward fold here, shaking out the legs, and then coming into our tabletop. So all fours position. You'll notice this is quite a common position throughout this book because there's a lot we can do here. So knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Keep the belly pulled in so that we have a neutral back. And then with the fingers spread wide, just starting to take 4 big circles to the right in a clockwise motion. So pushing into all 10 fingers as you do, only going as far forward as you can that you feel some stretch along the back of the wrists and into the hands, but not that it's distracting or really painful. So we're looking throughout this book, go ahead and switch directions. Throughout this book, we're looking to tread that line between discomfort and pain. So my hope is that through these sequences, you'll get more comfortable knowing where that line is, because they are different. And when we move into new territory, when we try new sequences, discomfort will be part of the process, but I never want you to feel any kind of sharp pinching sensation or pain. So you know your body best. If any of those sensations come up, just pull out of the movement. Good. Now taking the hands out to the sides, fingers still spread wide, gently rocking side to side. If this is really intense, modification is you can take your weight back so that your shoulders are stacked a little bit, not stacked over the hands. The more your weight is on top of the hands, the more intense it will be. So just find, again, where you feel some stretch, but it's not painful. 2 more breaths. Nice. And then turning the palms as much as they will face back towards the body. So maybe out to 45 degrees. That may be what you're working with today, which is no problem. May come back all the way to face towards the leg. So find your range. We'll take 1 cat-cow here. So inhale, belly down, chest down, looking up. And exhale, pushing to round, pulling the chin to the chest. Good. Now from here, with the hands still faced in this kind of weird way, sending the right leg out to the sides. The foot is in line with the hip. So pushing the right pinky toe down into the floor. Now from here, 4 cat-cows. Inhale, pushing your tailbone up, belly comes down, finding a small back bend, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhaling to round. Good. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Last one. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine, sending the fingers facing forward. If you're still getting used to doing these kind of drills on the wrists, feel free to pause the video, maybe roll through the hands a few times, take an opposite stretch, just until the body starts to build up the capacity to do it more often. So now looking to your toes, we're going to lift the right foot and set it back down for a count of 5. So modification, slightly more gentle, is to bend into the knee, bringing it down next to the left knee and sending it up to the side. So keeping the foot flexed throughout. Okay, so with the leg extended, it's going to be a little bit more intense. Take a breath, ribs pulled in. Exhale to lift as high as you can. 5, setting it down, trying to keep the shoulders facing forward so we're not dumping all of the weight to the left. 4, more or less equal pressure in the hands. 3, 2, last one, inhale. Exhale, hold. 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Now from here, walking both hands forward, keeping the elbows lifted, looking forward to the hands up on the fingertips, just taking 5 little pulses here into the shoulder. Shoulders. We have 2 shoulders. Trying to pulse the chest down and the butt up. 1 more breath. Good. Inhale, walking the hands back, bending back into the right knee, and we'll switch sides. So once again, hands facing back towards the body, or as much as you had them facing back before. Left foot in line with the left hip. 4 cat-cows. Inhale, belly down, tailbone up. Exhale to round. Last 2. Last one. Good, hands coming back to face forward. Remember, option with the leg to bend into the knee or with the foot. Inhale, exhale. 5, 4, active in the foot, flexing into the toes. 3, 2, last one, hold. 3, 2, 1. Releasing the foot down, walking the hands forward. 5 little pulses here into the shoulders. One more breath. Good, walking the hands back. Left knee comes back in. Take a breath here in your tabletop. Exhale, pushing the hips up and back into down dog. Now bending into the knees here. So we're trying to open through the shoulders. So imagine pushing your butt up towards the sky so that your armpits grow really long. Relaxing the head, looking either to the knees or to the belly button. And then bringing the big toes together. Inhale, reaching the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bending at the knee, opening the hip, trying to send the right foot over towards the left, but still keeping more or less equal pressure in the hand. So try not to dump all the weight into the left hand here. Inhale. Exhale, pulling the right knee towards the right elbow, stepping it as close as you can to the right hand. So now it may come here, and you may need to use your right hand to help it up. That's no problem at all. Inhale, rising up into this kind of uneven high lunge, reaching the arms up. Exhale, straightening into the right leg, turning the left foot to face out 45 degrees, and then bending into the left leg, coming into a Cossack squat. So as far down as you can go in the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, coming back into our funky lunge, lizard lunge. So right foot a little bit off center. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, pushing everything back into our 3-legged down dog. Bending the knee, opening the hip. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Stepping the right foot down, rising up lunge. Exhale, back foot pivots out. Cossack squat or Skandasana, as low as you can go. Pushing the left knee out. Inhale, coming back. Lunge, both toes facing forward. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. Last 2. Bending the knee, opening the hip. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Rising up. Exhale. Back of the mat. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. Inhale, last one, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, foot to hand. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back of the mat. Good, inhale once more, lunge. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. And then from here, setting the right foot down. Option to pause the video, maybe coming down into child's pose or into tabletop. Just to take a second to breathe. If down dog is still pretty intense, it's always an intense pose, but if it's too much and you need a few moments to catch your breath, feel free. Otherwise, if you stayed throughout that in down dog, bringing the big toes together. Inhale, reaching left leg up and back. Bending the knee, opening the hips, sending the left foot over towards the right, trying to spiral to bring the belly button to face the side of the wall. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, stepping the foot down next to the left hand, or as, again, using your hand to help it. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, back of the mat. Skandasana or Cossack squat. Doesn't matter how deep you go, just try to find that, feel like a broken record, try to find that discomfort. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, hands down, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips, sending the left foot over to the right. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow, foot down, rising up, lizard lunge. Exhale, back of the mat. You can use your hands on the floor throughout as well. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, three-legged down dog. Inhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, lizard lunge. Cossack squat. Try to keep the heel down. I missed the cue, so I'll take it on the other side. Exhale, three-legged dog. If the heel is rising, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, lizard lunge. Inhale, rising. Exhale, Cossack squat. So you may come down here and notice that your heel starts to lift for you to get lower. I'd actually rather for this one that you stay a little bit higher and press the heel down. Try to find that depth of your hip here. And then later we'll work into more mobility of the ankle. It will open over time. Inhale, lizard lunge, and the more you practice these drills, because we have a class here dedicated to improving the mobility of the ankles. Exhale, three-legged dog. Good, bend the knee, open the hip. And exhale, both feet down, rolling forward, child's pose. 3 breaths here. Good. Now, staying in your child's pose with the knees together. This last little one is going to, this last one is going to be a flowy sequence that will help to build some strength as well as mobility in the spine, but also in the upper body. So reaching the arms forward, tucking your chin to the chest, inhale, rolling everything forward into kind of an extended tabletop, tucking your bum under, squeezing into your ribs, push up, and then lowering everything down onto the belly, bending the knees, pulling the heels up towards the sky, reaching the hands back as if you wanted to tap onto the ankles or the feet. Inhale. Exhale, knees down, feet down, hands underneath the shoulders, rolling everything back into our child's pose. Good, let's go 4 more. Inhale, rolling forward, elbows tied by the sides, pulling the butt in, push up. Chest, hips lowering at the same time to come all the way down. Knees bend, heels towards sky. Tap. Exhale, hands down. Maybe coming up into a high plank, like a exhale, pushing back into child's pose. Rising everything up at the same time to help build strength. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. Good. Taking a breath. Once more, deep inhale. And full exhale. Nice. Inhale, slowly rolling forward, coming up to a comfortable seat. Nice job, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that full body mobility class. As always, I will leave all of the names and the repetition count in the description box below, as well as the modifications that you can find an option that suits you or what you're feeling that day, how far you want to push it. But yeah, thank you for joining, and I'll see you all here in the next class. Take care. Ciao, guys.